Welcome back to Deus Ex. Let's continue. So, we are back. Well, well, not exactly back at UNATCO because we just entered, but anyway, let's push forward.
Come on in. The retinal scanner can read blood vessel patterns right through your sunglasses.
That's some scanner. That's a very powerful scanner if it can even, through sunglasses, it can read your retina.
Remember that Mr. Manderley wants to see you. Level 2. His secretary, Janice Reed, has your login and password.
Okay. Alex.
Hell of a first day.
Yeah, I'd say. Hmm.
We finally got to cap some rebels, eh, Denton?
I tried to go for the non-lethal route.
Your partner for the next assignment, Anna Navarra, is in the adjoining break room to the east. Maybe you should introduce yourself.
Maybe. Well, there she is. It looks like she's with Gunther. Herman.
Are you sure you pressed the right button?
I do not make mistakes of that kind.
Your hand might have slipped.
No, I wanted orange. It gave me lemon lime.
The machine would not make a mistake.
It's the maintenance man. He knows I like orange.
So you think the staff has some kind of plot?
Yes, they do that on purpose.
Hello.
My new partner, J.C. Denton. Don't tell me you're going to wear those sunglasses during a night operation.
My vision is augmented.
At least it is a way that we know when it's not Paul.
Forgive my interruption. I just wanted to say that I look forward to working with you, Agent Navarra. Also, excuse me, I've got to be briefed by Mr. Manderley.
I do not expect you to perform as well as Agent Herman, but the mission will require us to do more than frighten the NSF with our baggy coats that make us look bigger than we really are.
I am prepared to perform my duties.
He will not be the equivalent of his brother. I have seen that he knows the procedure of a good offensive.
Let us hope you are right.
I won't let you down, Agent.
Right.
I have to prepare for the mission.
I see. What about you?
Forget how Agent Navarra is not friendly. She has every life to give for her partner.
Okay, that's good. Public access. Let's do something that probably most Let's Players at least don't do, which is kind of read through these, but I think this is interesting stuff. Terrorism, crime or conscience? The question must be asked. Is the global rise of terrorism a haphazard response to a decimated economy, or is there a pattern? Does UNATCO face coordinated ideological opposition? Some groups, Silhouette in France, for instance, have declared a meme war or war of meanings in their terminology. They spread email and pamphlets that lampoon the UN's proposal. By the way, this game was made, I think, way before the term meme was popularized, in the internet. So it probably refers to, I think, the Richard Dawkins, the Richard Dawkins, let's say. Richard Dawkins is the one who first came up with the word, so it probably refers to that. So it doesn't it doesn't refer to like funny pictures, basically. They spread email and pamphlets that lampooned the UN's proposal for one world democracy, a tedious exercise in rudimentary propaganda, with sophistries and doublespeak. They portray freedom as obedience and democracy as tyranny, and UNATCO as the perpetrator of terrorism, an idea as shocking as it is reprehensible. Other organizations, such as the self-proclaimed Revolutionary National Secessionist Forces (NSF) in the US, claim allegiance to the meme war but are, in fact, no better than common criminals. They decide territory and wealth at the expense of society at large. Their "civil war" is merely a smokescreen for criminal activity. Any population can be quickly turned against such revolutionaries simply by educating them about the UN's policies and goals. Joseph Manderley, Director, UNATCO. Oh, excuse me. Terrorism, threat profiling, symbolic attacks, the Statue of Liberty bombing, the desecration of the Soviet War Memorial in Berlin, the department store shooting sprees on Orchard Road in Singapore, are the recourse of the weak. They serve only to call attention to a group or cause that is of no more than a marginal interest to the public. But what distinguishes true terrorist activity is its gradual escalation towards genuine acts of war. Fringe groups now have access to technology that allows direct assaults on governments, including the classic trio of nuclear, biological, or chemical weaponry (NBC). But aside from direct assaults on a nation and its people, indirect attacks can cause considerable collateral damage. Rogue software can disrupt financial markets, communications, and military operations, while encryption programs allow terrorists to coordinate smuggling operations in secret right over the net. Drugs, guns, illegal immigrants, and even heavy equipment such as armored vehicles and cruise missiles are routinely traded across borders, aided and abetted by such software. UNATCO, the first organization with the technology, manpower, and authority to cope with such threats, is an idea that is long overdue. Joseph Manderley, Director, UNATCO. Know Your Enemy, NSF. The National Secessionist Forces (NSF) remain a very real and increasingly widespread terrorist threat. 10 years ago, in response to the Sporting Weapons Act of 2042, splinter groups from nearly every state militia refused to surrender their rifles, grenades, landmines, and other collectibles mm, prohibited by the Act. Unified under the charismatic leadership of Leon Woods, these isolated fanatics eventually formed the NSF, with Woods assuming the rank of general. Their intended goal: the liberation of Washington, Montana, Oregon, and Northern California. While Woods died during his infamous "last stand" in 2045, his war machine continues what can only be termed an occupation of the United States, aided by an encrypted network designed by dissident computer scientists from San Francisco and Seattle. Currently, the UNATCO Cryptography Division has had minimal success in cracking their communications, require more direct intelligence gathering techniques to be utilized. The UN has declared a war on the NSF. Know Your Enemy, Silhouette. Famous for inserting 20th century style commercials into the net broadcast of the World Cup of 2050, Silhouette favors feats of spectacle over violence. Printed circuits, part of the nutritious breakfast, announcer told children in one of the World Cup commercials. You ain't mech till you eat mech. A mech boy chews a memory chip. Boys who eat organics get stumped by their post-human classmates. Mech boys in UNATCO helmets and metal boots take turns kicking another boy. Despite their numerous pranks, these intellectuals, artists, and labor organizations pose a serious threat. They are well armed and have been linked to the murders of numerous European politicians and journalists. They will not hesitate to use lethal force. Know your enemy, the Triads. UNATCO's surveillance of Hong Kong is currently a high priority, given the renewed threat of Chinese organized crime in the form of the Triads. Despite being a model of prosperity and technological leadership for decades, Hong Kong persists as a haven for organized crime. The Triads, namely the Luminous Path and the Red Arrow, view for control of the 10 trillion credit shipping business, much of which supplies Greater Asia with pirated technology, illegal drugs, and weapons. Most disturbing of all, the Triads preach an ethic of techno-piracy that has found enthusiastic support among small shopkeepers and businessmen who often aid the gangsters and buy their bootleg software. Gullible and greedy, this army of middlemen remain insensitive to how their violations of intellectual property and copyright laws damage the global information economy. Other threats. UNATCO operatives have identified over 1,250 terrorist organizations active in the world today, some too small to currently present a serious threat, but all eager to see one or more governments topple. Groups such as the Templars in Europe and X-51 in Western US will be dealt with in subsequent volumes of Know Your Enemy. Right. And ATM. And since we have the powers of a hacksaw, we can squeeze 300 credits from this machine, which is not bad. Midnight Sun. Meat for Mars. Now it's kind of Cape Canaveral. NASA scientists confirmed that the eroded remains of the Alpapatera crater on Mars precisely match the face of President Meade. It's him, declared senior planetary specialist Kevlar Umla. There's his nose. That ridge, see? See the crater rim marking his hairline? The way he combs his hair appearing in this region of parallel valleys? The White House had no comment. However, Martin Wisdom, president of EA, EA, EA Sports, Enemies of Aliens, always what it stands for. EA Sports, it's in the game. Enemies of Aliens, huh? Told Midnight Sun, this is the evidence we have been looking for. A warning that Mr. Meade is not human. He is probably a Martian general, a war hero, come here to conquer the Earth with the assistance of the United Nations. Ryan Allen, staff writer. That's maybe a little far-fetched. I guess this is the president. Meade. UNATCO Handbook. UNATCO and the World. For far too long, terrorists have exploited international tensions and regional legislative variations to elude authorities. A significant step was made towards eliminating these legal loopholes when U.S. President Philip Riley Meade lobbied the Congress to make the U.S. a UNATCO member nation. Enough is enough, he declared in his landmark State of the Union address, and the citizens of the United States responded with enthusiastic endorsement of his position. Not only did the United States become a charter member of UNATCO, but UNATCO headquarters are now located on Liberty Island in the shadow of that shattered monument to freedom. UNATCO deals not only with terrorist threats, but also any transgressions of the international legal code, including drug trafficking, software piracy, and money laundering. With the full support of the United States, UNATCO was for the first time able to truly declare itself world's policeman. Right. Okay, well, guess it's time to see the boss. Hey there, ma'am.
Hello, Mr. Denton. I guess you're here to see Mr. Manderley.
I am.
Welcome to UNATCO HQ. Our little family keeps getting bigger.
Is Mr. Manderley available?
Yes, go right in. By the way, your computer account is ready. Log in JCD, password Bionic Man.
Thanks. What's this?
What's the idea, JC?
Well, I am reading data cubes, of course. Mr. Manderley, just for your information, your new password is Night Killer. I know you led that mission in Paris against that old terrorist organization, or whatever it was. Your login is still J. Manderley. Janice. And a winky smiley face. Aw, I think she likes Manderley. Yo, boss. I'm here.
Reporting for duty, sir.
The man himself. Splendid. Do accept my apologies about the situation topside?
A refreshing change from the academy, sir.
Don't despise training, my boy. Even you would be worthless without the shaping touch of drills and studies.
So the NSF took a shipment of the ambrosia vaccine? Give me a chopper and a pilot and I'll handle it.
Sure you could. Yes, indeed. But we're having your brother head up the recovery team. You'll work with Agent Anna Navarra. Why don't we meet when you've seen Jaime for a medical checkup and received your equipment from Sam Carter? You'll be briefed at that time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
By the way, did you see what happened to the soldier we sent into the statue? He turned up unconscious.
No, sir. Friendly fire?
Not so friendly, I'm afraid. I have opened an investigation. Dismissed.
Yeah, it was that NSF leader who did that. Yeah, I totally saw him, like, whack that. Yeah, he punched. He punched.
The med center and armory are on level 3.
He punched that trooper. Now shut up, boss. I want to read your emails.
Hey, who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? Okay, well. Yeah, that's the old Spice Girls song, isn't it? Night Killer. Yeah, this is case insensitive, so it doesn't matter if you use, capital letters or, small letters. From G. Herman, Gunter Herman to J. Manderley, and CC to Anna Navarre. Skull gun. Might I suggest again a skull gun for my head? Yesterday in Battery Park, some scum we all know pushes back for NSF, gets jumpy and draws. I take 2 22s, one in flesh, one in orcs, before I can get out that damn assault gun. If I could kill just by thought, it would be better. Is it my job to be human talk as practice backstop? Gunter Herman. WS. Our little experiment. Should be arriving soon. Clear it for Domination 5F Ops as soon as possible, but proceed with caution. We have serious concerns about the primary unit. I would like to avoid any potential contamination.
I've got work to do.
No doubt. But you see, you also have a book here I want to read.
Hey, who do you think you are?
Project Dibbock Overview. Domination 5F clearance.
Come back
only.
when you've seen Carter and Reyes.
The noted failure of previous attempts to create a low-profile rotary aircraft involved the acquisition and retrofitting of
The med center
available
and armory
military
are on level 3.
hardware that had neither the range, sealing, nor electromagnetic transparency to avoid numerous eyewitness accounts or
The Med Center
unauthorized
and Armory
military
are on level 3.
interactions. In addition to exacerbating public misconceptions about the governmental operations, such as encounters, also
Come back when you've seen
jeopardizes
Carter and
several
Reyes.
key missions. Project Debug was initiated to address this issue through the creation of a stealth aircraft that could be used as a platform
Come
for
back
a
when you've
number
seen
of
Carter and
mission
Reyes.
objectives. Shut the fuck up, Banderly. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Bootcamp for Betty, APR,
Come back
Portland.
when you've seen Carter and Reyes.
Oh. Madison High School junior Betty Souza will spend the semester at Canyon City Boot Camp, say school officials.
Come back when
The
you've seen
crime?
Carter and Reyes.
We have verified that she told another student that she knows how to make a bomb, said Principal Martin Gordley. What makes this case notable
I've got
is
work to
that the
do.
parents have filed a lawsuit against the school district. Our daughter wears black, says Father Brandon Souza in a prepared statement. She has an
I've got work to do.
She has an occipital jack, and we let her use it to play games. We allowed her to get a tattoo when she turned 16, but none of this makes her a
The
criminal.
Med Center and
The
Armory
parents
are on
claim
level
that
3.
Betty was discussing a novel by Tom Robbins taught at Madison High when the mention of explosives occurred. Betty Souza will not be alone in Canyon
Come back
City.
when you've seen Carter and
Last year,
Reyes.
15,234 young people served sentences in the state's FBI-run Good Behavior Camps, a legacy of the
I've got work to
Northwest
do.
War. And you... What is... UNATCO Handbook, UNATCO in the Future. As science
I've
progresses
got work to
at
do.
an ever-increasing rate, more and more advanced technology is finding its way into the hands of common criminals, resulting in a deadly threat to life and property
The Med Center
throughout the
and
world.
Armory are on level 3.
While it is impractical to restrict the free flow of information already present in the public sector, UNATCO is committed to ensuring that this threat does not go unaddressed.
Come back when you've seen Carter and
Even
Reyes.
now, UNATCO Research and Development employs some of the most talented scientific minds in the world to develop proprietary technologies in absolute security
Come
for
back
field
when you've
use
seen
by
Carter and
our
Reyes.
agents, including such innovations as the and the life-saving Under no circumstances should agents discuss
The
any
Med
piece
Center
of
and
equipment
Armory
or
are on
technique
level 3.
currently employed by UNATCO. Agents operating contrary to this directive will face immediate disciplinary action. Within our laboratories lies
Come
not
back
just
when
the
you've seen
future of
Carter and
law
Reyes.
enforcement, but safe, secure future for all mankind. It's really freaking annoying when NPCs in this game, like if you are close to them, they're just constantly like they're bombarding you with like this kind of like lines, dialogue. UNATCO and the police. In carrying out their duties, UNATCO agents often work with other law enforcement agencies. We remain a small, elite organization. Until our ranks expand, we must rely on the cooperation of local police, governments, intelligence agencies, and corporate security divisions. Always be courteous when requesting information or filing an extradition request. As our jurisdiction widens, we will inevitably experience conflicts with some local officials. Do not resort to unnecessary intimidation in these situations and report any problems to the appropriate UNATCO liaison. Above all, an international law enforcement body requires the respect and support of all participating nations. Ooh. A lot of reading. I read that already. Our office.
You found your office. Did Janice give you your login? Yes, I see here that she did.
UNATCO and the public. In carrying out their duties, UNATCO agents often come in contact with the public. You are a peacekeeper, and your first objective is to safeguard human life. Though terrorists may see an advantage in harming civilians, UNATCO agents do not. Issue a warning before firing at a suspect and always instruct bystanders to get down on the ground. Refrain from firing into large crowds. Every civilian hurt is collateral damage. However, keep in mind that no civilian with a clearance below Angel 08, AA, not 8A, Angel OA, should be trusted and may be potential spy. Anyone can be a spy, and secrecy is our ally. Remember, we're all in this together. Welcome to UNATCO. Classification. The UN has 9 levels of security above top secret. Well, this manual and all material that is not otherwise marked is classified as Angel OA. If you are not Angel OA or above, report immediately to your supervisor or face disciplinary actions. Other classifications will be explained upon reaching higher clearance. In its effort to combat terrorism, the UN has created UNATCO for the swift deployment of coordinated force to counteract any insurgent operations. You are justifiably proud to be part of this organization. Your physical capabilities place you within the upper 1% of national ground combat units, while your mental capabilities have been honed to sharpness by UNATCO Academy. But as part of the larger organization, you also understand the necessity to heed orders from your superiors without hesitation. Your superiors are typically briefed on matters for which you may not be cleared, and hesitation on the part of an agent can result into serious impairment of mission objectives or attendant casualties. UNATCO has a faith in you, and this faith will be rewarded in due time as your operational capacities are increased. Brave the darkness, for you carry the torch of freedom. JCD. I am a Bionicle man. Yeah. Bionic man. From Jaime Reyes to JC Denton. Greetings and nanotech briefings. Hey Juan. Guess I'll have to get used to calling you JC around the office. Not sure where they came up with that, but at least they gave you the same last code name as your brother. Hermano. Anyways, whatever they're calling you, it's good to see a familiar name on the roster. My first job here has been to read up on your augmentations. I'm beginning to see why you found classes so easy. Every neuron in your head has been augmented. For example, the voice in your head from an operator, someone here at HQ able to handle the scanning equipment in your skull and broadcast advice over your info link, leaps fully formed into your temporal lobe, bypassing the eardrum and sensory neurons. And it's perfectly inaudible to everyone around you, of course. Not to mention that the nanoids clinging to your axons can both receive and transmit symbolic information. So if you ever need help, don't sweat it. Someone at HQ probably already knows. Come by if you want to hear more. This is great stuff. Jaime. Nano augmentations and you. I was asked by the regional medical coordinator to forward this information to all of you. I do so with a further comment, Dr. Reyes. By now, so this comes from the regional medical coordinator. Okay. By now, you've heard about the upcoming transition to nano augmentation. It's coming, but not as soon as you think. UNATCO has only one nano-augmented agent, with a second one just graduating from the academy. It will be years before the program leaves the laboratory. Your mechanical augmentations are not obsolete. Some agents express concern that they will be walking junk in 10 years. One agent expressed their fears in an anonymous email saying, "Will be sold at flea markets." Will be sold at flea markets. Old grey golems for scaring the children. So what about my legs? What about my life? Well, gee, I wonder who could have written that that message. Keep some perspective. Prosthetics remain the only proven technology for enhancing human abilities. Those who make the sacrifice are appreciated, commended, and saluted as heroes. Met Director Nano-Augmentation Stressors. For Met Directorate, nano-augmented agents will often encounter stress created by resentment among fellow agents, particularly those who have been mechanically augmented. In an effort to secure freedom and liberty for those under their protection, many UNATCO agents have chosen to sacrifice social acceptance for mission performance by surgically replacing limbs and organs with mechanically or electronically enhanced equivalents. But your nano-augmentations point the way to the future. Thousands of microscopic, living, organic machines that exist in symbiosis with your body. Before such augmentations create only minimal disfigurement, they are like no, because such augmentations create only minimal disfigurement, they are likely to be a source of friction between you and other mechanically augmented agents. But it is important to understand that UNATCO is an organization where individuals must act in concert. Each is important to the whole, and mutual understanding essential to teams comprised of diverse human augmented agents. If you have any further questions or wish to discuss these issues, please feel free to send email to Carvel Eshel unatco.4352.768 to make an appointment. And welcome to UNATCO, Agent. Right. Oh, got a key. Nothing in there. Well, okay, there is that, but well, level 3. Hi.
That was a close one up there.
Now, you can go to the ladies' room, but nah. Nah. We'll be a gentleman. Take your stuff. There's a computer over here. Oh, you know what? I think I have a... Well, can't really put the clip mode to anything at the moment.
At ease, Agent Denton.
General Carter, I read about the Merced operation in school. This is a great honor.
I'm not a general anymore. Just call me Carter.
I can't believe what the NSF did to your family.
Enough of that, soldier. We each have our troubles. I lost my children, but you've had to grow up without your parents, which requires more courage. I don't think it matters.
My parents died in a car accident. That's different.
I said that's enough. You have your own op and time is short. How about I issue you a stealth pistol?
That sounds fine. Thank you, sir.
What else do you think you'll need?
Joo.
A smart lockpick is always handy.
That's right. Infiltrate and evade. Engage only on your own terms. Now move out. Manderley's waiting.
Hey, what about that guy out front selling munitions? Is that allowed?
Oh, Kaplan, right. We've got some screwballs around here, but he's not the problem. It's whoever's been breaking into the armory.
Someone at UNATCO's a thief?
Yes, sir. And a damn good one.
Koton. Mm. Niin, se on semmoisia filtreitä, millä voidaan taustaa. Joo. 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 No niin, varmaan. Right. Huh.
The NSF are infantry. You better get going.
Right, so yeah, we took the lockpick.
You're getting warm.
Okay.
You're red hot. Looks like you found me.
Change G Herman password to Zeitgeist. Next week, I guess it'll be Schadenfreude. Strange guy. Now, my German is a little rusty, but I'm pretty sure the term Schadenfreude means like it's like if you get let's say pleasure or amusement from somebody else's like misery or failure, then I think that's Schadenfreude. Grey Death. Look to the sky. New York. No student of recent history can fail to miss the irony that the greatest enemy mankind has faced in the 21st century was not any despot or dictator, but the lowly microbe. Millions upon millions have been killed by the pandemics of AIDS, resistant to tuberculosis, and the century flu, COVID-19. And now we face our greatest threat yet, the Great Death, a plague of devastating efficiency that has surfaced in the last year. But was this plague an accident of nature or design of science? Dr. Kenji Ishii of the New World Biomedical Health Center in New York thinks not. My analysis of this plague indicates that it is decisively unnatural in origin, and in point of fact may be extraterrestrial. He went on to speculate about those afflicted. Obviously, a disproportionate number of the indigent seem to be infected, a situation that makes perfect sense if you consider it prelude to an invasion. No more effective way to disrupt the social, political, and military fabric of Earth has yet been devised. If this is so, then what are our leaders not telling us? And how can we prepare? Only they know the answers. Joe Green, Senior Staff Writer. Hey, Alex.
Like leading a mouse to cheese.
This thing is starting to give me a headache.
Don't worry, we shut it down when you go off duty.
I guess I'll get used to it.
I'm Alex Jacobson, communications engineer.
I suppose you already know who I am.
Getting there. You're certainly quicker on the uptake than your brother Paul ever was.
Thanks.
All right. Oh my, what's this? Oh, well, just purely accidental. Oh, there's like a little hidey hole. Scope mode, a nano key, office door key, sniper rifle ammo. Speculative fiction, resource trade show, April 25th through April 29th. The Page Convention Center, I guess. Guest speaker, Calvo. Ah, he's a fan of Calvo, isn't he? So, Alex Jacobson is a fan of Calvo. Whoa, I can't believe this worked. Okay, from Warlord, whoop ass. From cracks.ausnet. Ausnet, maybe Australian net? Okay. Hey man, get your occipital jack fixed yet? You've got to check out the Strike 4 demo. Whole motor control, total visual occlusion, man. Fireballs burn your face. Walls hurt when you hit them. Tactile textures everywhere. Volumetric humidity. What are you waiting for? Don't give me that national security crap. Jack in so I can whoop your ass. Cracks. Okay, nerd friend. From Jay Manderley. Well, actually, I guess it's a reply from Jay Manderley. So the original message is, I managed to stop the guys. Actually, it was some French chick the CIA's been watching, perhaps a silhouette spy, trying to break into the net. But I took the liberty of changing some passwords, just in case. Here are the new ones. A. Navar, Scrus PC, J. Herman, Zeitgeist, J. Manderley, Night Killer, J. Reed, Red Shoes, J. Reyes, Amigo, S. Carter, Antique, and me, Calvo. You should probably delete this as soon as you're done reading, okay? A. Jacobson, locker code 2000, yeah, so. We could make a note of that, but the thing is, I kind of remember those passwords anyway, you know, like, I have already memorized them. Yeah, so 2001. Probably a reference to, you know, the movie Space Odyssey 2001, so. Flares. Biocell. And a lockpick. Okay. Hey, Jaime. Hola. ¿Qué pasa?
Hey, JC.
You look like the real thing. They actually let you operate on people?
Just fixed Gunther's knee, in fact. A sticky actuator. So far, I feel more like a mechanic than a doctor.
I'm impressed.
They actually let you point a gun at people.
We'll have to catch up later. I've got to leave for New York right away. Could you send Manderley whatever it is he wants?
No problem. Listen, JC, about your augmentations. You know they're preparing to roll out the technology worldwide, right?
As long as I don't turn green and grow a pair of antennas, as I understand it.
Yeah, well, the design's pretty modular, which means you'll soon have access to upgrades from standard augmentation canisters.
I think I picked one of those up at the top of the statue.
Maybe you did. My order from VersaLife was on the ship the NSF captured. You'll need to take it to one of the medbas for installation.
I'll do that.
The canisters contain a colloid of ROM modules. Some are generic upgrades, others require you to make permanent choices about how to configure one of your subsystems.
It's about time they implemented some of this stuff.
Report to Manderley. He told me to send you back to him on the double.
One more thing before I go, since you've been briefed on my augmentations. What can you tell me about the info link?
Let's see. Micro-receiver exostructure in the sulci, mechanocarbon threads on the axons. For queuing, you know, packet routing. Anything particularly interest you?
Is there a way to turn it off?
The info link?
Yeah, or is someone at UNATCO tuned in 24 hours?
This might sound a little funny, JC, but I'm not permitted to answer that question.
Your clearance is higher than mine?
Regarding your systems, I am your physician.
No big deal. I was just curious.
Right, so... Oh, I already took the key.
You old kidder.
J. Reyes. He is our amigo. Oh, maybe I misspelled it. Oh, okay. You are our amigo. From J. Herman, Bad Me. Dr. Reyes, welcome. UNATCO is having a need of a good surgeon. Which led me to add, I have a big pain in my knee. Sticking actuator? I can't fix it, no matter how much lubricant. Please inform when an appointment can be made available. Gunther Hermann. And Med Directorate, Nano Augmentation Briefing. As a medical specialist, you'll be required to repair and modify the systems of our nano-augmented agents. This briefing is intended merely as an introduction to the technology. The cells of every major tissue in the body of a nano-augmented agent are host to nanite capsid hybrids. These hybrids replicate in two stages. The viral stage, in which the host cell produces capsid proteins and packages them into hollowed viral particles, and the nanotech stage, in which the receiver, transmitter, and the CPU are duplicated and inserted into protective viral coating. The new RNA sequences are transmitted by microwave and translated into the plasmid vectors, resulting in a wholly natural and organic process. Additional augmentations can be added through the use of microscopic ROM modules, shaped a little like flying saucers, that diffuse through the blood and attach to the long spine of the nanite CPUs. These additional augmentations are software upgrades in the most literal sense of the word. We hope this report gets you started. You'll find a full technical design document attached. Please read and thoroughly understand this information so you'll be better qualified to administer care to this most exciting new breed of nano-augmented human agents.
I wouldn't keep Manderley waiting if I were you. His office is on level 2.
Yeah, but I want this medkit over here. Book. UNATCO Handbook Dedication. Nihil aliutscit necessitas convincere. Okay, quote in Latin. I'm not sure what that means. I could check, but UNATCO Med Directorate Nano-Augmentation Guidelines. Nano-augmentations, once installed, irrevocably alter the physiological system's effect, in many cases cause all subsequent augmentations to be rejected. However, the exact number of augmentations each system can support varies. The various interdependencies between these systems can be seen in the following table. The details possible nano-augmentation combinations. The table maybe it should be that. Maybe that details possible. Okay, well anyway. Arms, combat strength, or microfiber muscle. So this is basically the list of the possible augmentations we can get. So combat or microfiber muscle. So you can have only one of these. Speed enhancement or run silent for the legs. Subdermal EMP shield or ballistic protection. Another subdermal cloak or radar transparency. Oh, okay. I guess if I move my mouse up. No, I wanted to move my mouse to kind of, use the cursor, but okay, I guess that doesn't work. But anyway, like, well, first it's like, okay, even though you have to, like, when you find a canister, let's say, that has, let's say, EMP or ballistic protection, you can only have one of them from that particular canister. But in practice, if that same body part has more than one slot, such as subjournals, then it is possible to, and if you then find another canister with the choices basically, then that is basically the only situation where you can have like both augmentations from one type of a canister. For instance, like if you want both cloak and radar transparency, then you have to find two canisters that have, this, that have these augmentations, and then anyway, so yeah, aqualung environment resistance, regenerations or energy shields, synthetic heart or power recirculator. For the synthetic heart, that is basically augmentation that makes all the other augmentations more powerful. Like when you activate that, then it basically increases the potency of the others. And the power recirculator, well, it does what it says, so it reduces the power drain of all your other augmentations, basically. Cranium, aggressive defense system, or spy drone or optics targeting your vision enhancement. Right. Janine's bot, specs and overview. Matsugawa's GV4 Nightingale medical bot. Matsugawa's G4 is the newest addition to the MG line, the first foray into medical bot category, largely monopolized by Page Industries and Qian's subsidiary HealTech. Unlike the competing Page or HealTech units, the MG GV4 benefits from a completely proprietary operating system developed at MG's research campus in Prague that promises to revolutionize automated healing by combining a comprehensive medical and pharmaceutical database with MG's already proven autonomous heuristic routines. While actual field data is sketchy at this point in time, anecdotal evidence suggests that the GV4 can heal wounds far beyond the capabilities of any other competing model, though it does require a substantial recharging period. So this guy over here. Right, well, let's see. Oh, okay, well, yeah, we have taken some damage, so let's heal, and then, right. So, microfiber muscle. This allows us to basically pick up heavy objects and carry them, or combat strength, which literally increases your damage with melee weapons. Now, because this is not primarily a melee build, I'm just gonna go for the muscle augmentation. Yep. Let's see, is there anything I've forgotten? Oh. Yeah, I have to remember to take those as well. Okay, let's go to the briefing.
That will be JC's job.
What's that? Power station. The NSF have Ambrosia in a warehouse protected by cameras and booby traps. We want to power down the whole system.
We're taking one illicit generating plant, protected by weak groups of NSF. Knock out that plant, and Paul's team can walk right into the warehouse.
Just tell me where it is. The NSF are openly resisting our deployed forces, gradually falling back. You have to deal with them first.
And you be ready, Paul. When the power drops, go in and go in hard.
I'll use my discretion.
Go in like the U.S. Marshals. We lose the vaccine, I'm sending your butt to the mayor to explain why he and his 3 daughters won't get their pills this month.
Yes, sir. Let's not waste any time, JC. Get down to the dock. A boat is waiting to take you and your partner, Anna Navarro, to shore.
Yes, get moving. Here's your op bonus for the great job you did in the statue, plus 250 for rescuing Agent Herman. That's 1,250. We take care of our people around here.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. Well. Okay, what?
JC. Mind if I call you JC?
Yeah, we got the office key, so... Oh, there's a... multi-tool.
Didn't know the NSF had so many people in it.
So... Oh, by the way, that's also a key to the offices, so... But then again, if you know about the secret stash there... Yeah, just...
Wish I was going with you.
No, you're not. No, you don't. Okay. I'm kind of running out of time here, so I'm just trying to rush to... And maybe it's my fault because I was reading all the emails, you know, and everything. And then I got that unexpected phone call.
Good luck, Agent.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the... I'm gonna go buy the boat, we'll save the game, and then we'll call it quits, you know.
The boat's ready.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm just going... Let's see. I have... Okay, so I'm gonna reuse this save slot, and... Okay, so thank you for watching. See you next time, and goodbye.